Zacian is a card that came out in Journey Together back last year in 2025. For 1 colourless energy, Insta-Strike does 30 damage plus 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then for 3 Metal Energy and 1 colourless, it does Brave Slash for 240, but you cannot use it again in your next turn. Now, when this card came out, everyone was kind of talking about it a little bit, but since then it has died down because, sadly, it's just not as good as any of the other cards in the meta. Especially now that we have something like Mega Starmie, which does the same thing, but more damage to the bench Pokemon. It does 15 instead of 30, and it does more base damage up front than Zacian does, as well as having more HP. However, today I wanted to see if this is actually a really underrated card, because I really wanted to run it when it first came out. I did make a deck. It did suck, but we're going to see how it goes today. Now, as a kind of preview before I explain some of the other cards, this is a general look at it. It's kind of like a Hops box sort of thing. We've obviously got the Hops Zacian, Hops Snorlax, whose ability makes your Hops Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Does not stack, but there we go. Obviously, we've got Hops Wooloo and then Double. Acts as like a boss's orders or like a Hariyama. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. And then finally, we have got the Hops Phantom and the Hops Trevenant combo. This deck did actually win the special event Turin a couple of weeks ago. It's a really rogue deck, and I will admit I was surprised it won. I'm really happy it won because it beat Dragapult, and it's great when I see a single prizer deck and a rogue one at that to actually win a big tournament like that. Essentially, you're using its first attack, Horrifying Revenge. If any of your Hops Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during the opponent's last turn, it does 100 more damage, so 130 base damage. You combine all this with the Post-Wick Stadium, where attacks used by Hops Pokemon, both yours and your opponents, do 30 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. So stack that with Snorlax, you're doing up to 60 extra damage. And then Hops Choice Band, where attacks used by the Hops Pokemon it's attached to cost 1 colourless energy less and do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Essentially, if you have got a Snorlax, Post-Wick, and a Choice Band in play on this Zacian, your Insta-Strike is doing 120 damage for free because it's 1 colourless energy, which is now taken away by the band, and the 30 damage to the bench Pokemon. Or alternatively, if you're doing Brave Slash, it can do up to 330, which is obviously knocking out Dragapult, knocking out pretty much every other Stage 2 that isn't a Mega, apart from a couple of other Metal decks, but even then, I'm not that worried about them. Now, the main focus of this deck is going to be around Hops Zacian itself, because I want to see how good it actually is. Hops Trevenant has proven itself to be pretty good. Even before the special event, it was somewhere in the top decks. It wasn't the top, it was towards the bottom of like the Limitless lists. However, Hops Zacian was not on there at all. So I want to see if it really is that bad, or if there is a glimmer of hope for it in the future. Right, okay, going straight into game 1. We are going to choose heads, obviously. We're going to be going second if we get the chance to choose. If we do, perfect. Because the whole idea, obviously, Zacian is a basic, so if I can get him into the active slot with the Choice Band or anything equipped, there is a good chance. Okay, not a single basic, that's annoying. There is a good chance I can knock out his active Pokemon, as long as it's not a big chunky boy. Right now, not looking great. However, I have hope, and I'm being optimistic. Now, I have seen, well, I say I've seen, I have thought of doing another way of this deck, and that was obviously using the Metang for 2 mulligans. Okay, lovely. But there's the Zacian, perfect. I have considered doing a Metang deck, including with the Zacian. I feel like it'd be a bit overkill. Obviously, a lot of people are using Metang at the moment because of his ability to attach all the metal energy to your different Pokemon. But I feel like doing a Hops box would be more interesting, just because I like the idea of doing trainer decks. Cynthia's Garchomp is one of my favourites. Enzoroark, again, another favourite. That was the one I was personally the most excited for when Journey Together came out. But we are going against a Weedle deck, a Beedrill deck, which I would say works for us. However, it doesn't really matter. We are resistant to grass by 30, but considering the fact if they have 3 in play, they're doing 330 minus 3 is, well, 300, which is more than we have. That being said, this Weedle is getting knocked out next turn, at least, so we have that going for us. We're going to Pokepad up. We'll get a Snorlax in play as well. There we go. Ultra Ball. We're going to get rid of a Night Stretcher. Get rid of the Trevenant for now. We're going to get a Meowth and Play and try and get a Lilies. Because that wasn't the best hand in the world to start off with. But we can work with it. It's a bit annoying that Turo or Penny both rotated with Perfect Order coming out. Oh, that's actually not that bad. Post-Wit goes down as well. We are going to do that to get rid of 2 of them. And then we'll get rid of the Hops Wooloo as well. I feel like Philippe. I want to see if he'd work. Post-Wit, Hops Choice Band, and a Hops Bag. For those of you who don't know what Hops Bag does, you search your deck for up to 2 Hops Pokemon, basically. I've got a Zacian on the board, so we'll get out 2 Phantumps and put them both down straight away. Do that, and then we'll get another Hops Choice Band on the other Zacian, and we will do Insta-Strike for 120, doing 30 damage to one of the Weedles. Perfect. Well, that's one of them knocked out already, so this is going according to plan for now. Hops Trevenant from the prizes, that's not bad. I feel like that would work. Let's see, so it does what? 130, 60, 90. The 109, it wouldn't be enough, anywhere near enough to knock out the Beedrill, annoyingly. But right now, things are looking, I would say they're looking okay for us. They're not, they just replaced it with Force of Vitality. But if we can get to that point where we can put the Post-Wit back in play, which is perfect. I feel like oh, okay, they're pairing it with Arbolive, however it's pronounced. Interesting. Let's see, can they grab out oh, they've not got Beedrill yet. It's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, there's the Arbolive down. What is it? It's 120. Choose one of your Pokemon 6 times. Yeah, so essentially does 120 damage total with the counters. However, it has attached energy for turn onto that Kakuna. So that being said, I only do 10 damage to the Kakuna because it's an ability. Fair enough for putting the Dunsparce in the active. Dunsparce. I was originally going to run Dunsparce with it for a draw engine. But, see, I feel like we'd be better off doing Lilies and Philippe. It's just a thought here at the moment. But we are going to Pokepad both these Phantumps into the Trevenants, and then we will Lilies. Just for the sake of it's a good thing to do. Not the greatest hand in the world, but we are getting there. I think the best thing to do, we're going to do Instant Strike because there's nothing else we can do. Because they take the less damage, won't they? Yeah, and it goes up to 40 because that. I probably should have put it on the Arbolive. Actually, wouldn't matter too much because if I can get Brave Slash going, then I'm doing 330 damage and knocking it out anyway. I mean, they have got 9 cards in hand. Only so it's. I'm relying on them not bumping my stadium. I only run 3 copies, and I've got one in the discard right now. Yeah, they've bumped it, so that's a bit annoying. I can do Brave Slash next turn. I mean, let's see, so it'd be for 270, it'd be for 300, so they have 1 HP less. Which is okay. You know, that does work in my favour. They do 120, so that's not enough to knock anything out. See what they do. Okay, let's go on to the Snorlax, which I think is brave. That is actually perfect. So we're going to do that. Get Colress's out. For the last Post-Wit and a basic energy again. Bump the stadium. And we are going to Brave Slash for 330, knocking it out. Perfect. Goodbye. Right, okay, then the shout next turn. So we only need 2 more prize cards, which is perfectly fine. We have got a Philippe, and we have got 2 energy in the discard, so we could set up the next Zacian as well. Yeah, because Beedrill's only got 310. We are all good. Because as long as they don't knock out the Snorlax, we're okay. Even then, right now, unless they can get a 3rd Beedrill down. Oh no, because I can't use Brave Slash, can I? That's fine, because I can set up Philippe. Duh, and I can retreat it for, well, not free, because I haven't got Latias down, but I can still retreat it. Let's see what he does. Obviously, he doesn't know that I've got game here, but I have game here. I don't want to get too overconfident, but I think I'm good. And he's Ultra Balling. If he goes for a Beedrill here, then I know he's got a Kakuna, so that's this Zacian knocked out. But considering I only need 2, okay, he's gone for a Kakuna, so he might have a Beedrill in hand. But I don't think he's got a Forest of Vitality. So that's very good on my half. Even though, oh no, we can't boss his orders because of Weedle. No. I keep forgetting this die doesn't do as much damage as Starmie does. Right, okay, let's attach for turn. We will Philippe. 1, 2. Retreat this guy. Put this one forward. And Bob goes your uncle. He's dead. And we take our last 2 prize cards, which were... there we go. All prize cards taken. That's a win. You know, it's kind of crazy. I've not actually run into a single Dragapult. I might run into one when I've been recording stuff. I don't think I have. In all fairness, I am playing these games when I'm literally with, like, what, 86 points. I haven't played ranked in ages. I don't really play the live too much until I start recording these videos. Heads again, let's go. Nope. I played it, but it was more just casually to deck build and stuff like that. And try out the new cards. It's not the greatest start, but we have got a Lilies in hand, so it could be worse. I think what we'll do is we'll attach a basic energy for turn, and then just Lilies. I can put the other Phantom down as well, can't I? Why don't I put the second one down? Idiot. Doesn't matter. Right. Okay, so they're a Mega Greninja deck from the looks of it. Whether or not it's the one with Mega Starmie, I don't know. Straight pass. Okay, perfect. Hops Phantom down. We're going to energy there. Lilies. Hops bag. Yes. Oh, we got the Snorlax anyway. Perfect. That's actually a really good hand. We'll leave the other one for now. However, Budgie's gone. Already. We're taking a prize card. Flipping a coin. And it's Tails. For those of you who don't know, Phantom... Oh, for God's sake. Prize card, what's it? Pokepad, not bad. Let me do this. Splashing dodge, flip a coin. If head, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effective attacks done to this Pokemon. Really good. It obviously stops Dragapult. Stops everything. It's great. The guy, I keep forgetting his name, but the guy that won it with it, he got a lot of heads on these, I think. So, but they're playing a Dawn, so they got, oh, they're running the Fighting Greninja. Okay. I assume it's a combo of both of them. They're already rare candy as well. Huh. Well, they're weak to Psychic. Ooh. Hold on. So that does what? 130 base. I'm thinking of Trevenant. There's 130 base. 160. Oh, he's not knocked me out. God damn it. Damn you. Right. We are going to Ultra Ball away Zacian and a Hops bag. We're going to get a Meowth down. Meow, thank you. We are going to energy onto the Phantom. Pad for the Trevenant. And we're going to leave that there. We're going to throw the Meowth down. It's probably a really big mistake, but I need to get a Lilies out. Thank you. Meowth is a big reason why I decided against running Dunsparce for the draw engine. You know what? That ain't the worst in the world, but I kind of want him to get knocked out, is the only thing. Can we hop Swooloo? How much do? I do 8. That's 80 because he's weak. Hold on. I do 10, 40. I would knock out the Dunsparce here. So, hold on. I'm going to... Do I have the double in my hand? I have one. Yes, perfect. So we're going to double. And we're going to bring forward the Dunsparce. I'm only doing 40, but I do that. I do 70. Yes. Way up. Ah, flipping a coin. Heads. Alright. I'm probably playing this a lot worse than I should be, but I'm trying things out. Night Stretcher there. I mean, we've literally got all Hops Pokemon, minus this guy. But right now, they can't even do damage to me. Because I'm immune to it. Which is kind of funny. Wait, so how much? So, I've literally already counted this, but it's 10, 40, 70. I haven't got a post weight down. But 70, that's 140 damage to him. I will be doing 140 damage. I'm going to attach energy to the Zacian. Just get him ready. But I feel like Hops Trevenant's probably going to be the best play here. Obviously, he's going to do Shinobi Blade for the... He can't knock me out, but he can search his deck for a card still. Which is fine. But we're going to see how far we can take this. I might actually be inclined to evolve it into the Trevenant. Because I can get a bit like, so it's what, 30, 16, 90, 180. It's a bit more damage. Obviously, long run, I don't think it's going to matter too much. Yeah, I'm protected from that, but he's still going to draw a card. Long run, I don't think it's going to matter because I need to get a Hops Pokemon knocked out. To be able to obviously make the most of Trevenant's horrifying revenge attack. Zacian's kind of been sat on the bench this time. Right. See how this goes. What do I draw? I draw Hops Bag. That's not really what I want. But we'll attach there. Do we evolve or do we leave it? I feel like we can just Night Stretch it back. And I might still have a... Have I got... I think I've still got one of them left. No, let's not evolve it. Let's just do Splashing Dodge. Actually, no. If we do that, then I will get knocked out next turn. And then I can KO him. We'll do 180. Just because, you know, I kind of need to get this guy down and out. Although if he has an Ignition Energy, he does, what, 120? So that's a double gone. Yeah, it does 120 to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So he could knock out the double. That's fine. And then, yeah, I wouldn't complain if he did, because that frees up the bench space for another Pokemon. I also forget that Hops Trevenant is in the basic. I keep thinking about trying to put Latias down. Because I do run a Latias in this. I run 1 Fez, 1 Latias, 1 Meowth. Along with all the Hots Pokemon. But Trevenant is in a basic. So he's still going to take the 2 energy to retreat. I also just realised that this one down here hasn't got the Choice Band equipped on him. Alright, let's see what his plan here is. Okay, right. See, this is where I'm thinking I'm probably going to lose. It's what, 120... Yeah, so he's going to knock me out here. He'd be stupid not to. Boss's orders, Meowth. Okay, well, that's really annoying because now... alright. You don't... it's just the X Pokemon for you. Right, okay, let's see what we can do here. I feel like if we put Zacian forward, get some damage on him. Just because it's more than what... I don't know, because it'd be 30, 60... Compare. No, we'll put forward... Well, I don't know. I probably haven't played this the best. I've also not been drawing the best. Scratch that. Got no energy in discard. What have I got? Not much. Let's just do it, Lilies. Yeah, the fresh new hand. There's a Phantom. Okay. Annoying, I haven't got any energy in the discard. It only does 60. But 60 is better than nothing. We will just put 30 onto the Greninja. He's a Terror, of course. I hate Terrors. I think they are the most stupid thing added. I saw a concept where Terror was a tool card instead. And it would have been way better. Putting it on him's a choice, I guess. Oh, I guess it secures the knockout, so... Petrol! Okay. So I think the shout here is just put forward the other Trevenant. And then do what? 30... 130, 160, 190. It's still not knocking him out. But... because he's going to put down to 2. I think I have lost this one, which sucks massively. And in all honesty, all he needs is an Ignition Energy. If they're running Ignition, they can just win this after the next turn. But I don't think they are. I have a really crazy feeling. Well, I say I don't think they are. I don't know if they're going to be able to have it in their hand. They are taking their time. To be fair as well, I said about earlier about not playing Pult. I'm not exactly complaining that I'm not playing Pult. Right, that's the Zacian gone. I knew that was going to happen anyway, so it's fine. The Trevenant goes forward. And let's see what we can do here now. There's the Latias, but I don't want the Latias, so it does 190. Can I Ultra Ball? I'm going to Ultra Ball the Latias away as well. I feel like we shouldn't be we haven't got them out, have we? Ugh. I feel like this is just as stupid. We'll get the Phantom, or the Trevenant, sorry. If I could have got my secret box, then it would have been way easier. But there is no secret box right now. We're just going to do, what, so 190 up to 250. So if he kills me this turn, then I can knock him out and it puts me down to 1 prize. But at the same time, he'll be down to 1 prize. And he'll be able to knock me out for that's 170. So I've lost this turn either way. I've lost this game. Unfortunately, I just don't see any way for me to win this. It's annoying, and I think I probably misplayed by putting so many stage 2 or stage 2's 2 prizes down. But there we go. This has pretty much just turned into Hops Trevenant for this game. There you go. There's the Ignition. Well, he can't completely KO me this turn. He can do the Hobbs, or you can do the double, because it only does 120. But that's all he can do right now. It doesn't matter. It was a fun game either way. Right, so he's going to do 120. It'll be to the double for sure, and then it could be to literally anything else, because they'll have effectively the same HP, as in none of them can get knocked out by his barrage attack. There it is. What's he going to do? Okay, just straight into the Trevenant. That's fine. But I mean, he's getting knocked out next turn either way, so. Right. We are going to need a miracle send-off here, which I don't think we're going to be getting. Which we're definitely not getting. But we can knock him out. We can knock out a Greninja. Down to 2. All he's got to do is just simply attack me or discard a water energy, put the 60 damage counters on this Trevenant, and he's won. That's if he has it, which I would be surprised so much if he doesn't get 1 water energy from this. There you go. There's that. It's the last game. Oh yeah, he didn't waste any time, so I like this guy. And there you have it. That is the deck of Hop Zacian, or is more of a hotbox, really. We're going to say it's Hop Zacian, because that's what I want to focus on. Second game, it was definitely more of just a hotbox. I really want Hop Zacian to work, I really do. But annoyingly, I just don't think he has a place in the meta. Maybe after rotation, when Pult's gone, he might see something at the start, but unfortunately, because we have Mega Starmie, I really don't see it happening. Mega Starmie is just better in every single way. Only reason it's not is the fact that it's a stage 1, not a basic, so unless you play a Salvador, you can't get it out in your first turn, but besides that, it's kind of a no-brainer. Don't get me wrong, the potential there is great, and if you can get him going like we did in the first game, it's solid. I mean, Brave Slash for doing 330, literally KOing any stage 2 that's not a metal or a mega, you're good. But it's actually getting it set up. I feel like Philippe did help in that first game, to be fair. I tried to focus on I planned around using him in the second game, which I never did, and I think that was one of the things that affected it. Hop's Trevenant, to be fair, it's actually a really fun deck. I was really enjoying the second game, even though I lost. I kind of enjoyed it more than the first game because I was focused around this guy more. So I can see why I did so well in the special event. With all that being said and done though, guys, that is going to be it for this video. You know, we only ever do 2 games per video, just to try and make sure it's not ages long. Maybe I'll start changing that. Funnily enough, this is actually the first non-single price deck I focused on the channel. I've done, what, 3 other videos? Depending when this one goes out, I've done Ethan's Typhlosion, which I've also recorded. Need to finish off editing. I have done Okidoging, and I have done the Unfeasant deck, but that did have Mega Lopunny as well. So, let me know what other decks you guys want to see. Honestly, I've always said I'm not a master at this game. I'm trying to improve, and I feel like I am improving slowly. But just let me know what you want to see. What are the rogue cards you think might be doing pretty well, might have a chance, or just if you want to see me lose. Because I don't mind. As long as it's not a poll, I'll play it. I don't care. With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you did like it, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. It really does support the channel. I gained 2 from the last one, which, while it may not seem crazy, and it isn't crazy, I'm really happy that I've gained subs and I'm actually getting views. It's not loads of views, but it's some views. It's motivating me to make more, I won't lie. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all later. Peace.